is this?
And I was like, oh, so this is a woman. I was like, this is May, his girlfriend. And she was like, oh my God, his girlfriend went boop, boop, boop. So, oh shit, this camera finna die. Fuck. Your girl has been gone for a minute now, and quick announcements before I get into the story time. Protest, Black Lives Matter stuff. The reason I've been gone is because a lot of stuff has been happening in my life, along with a lot of stuff that's been happening in the world. Obviously, y'all see I'm black. Clearly, y'all see that I am a brown skinned girl. So, you know, it's been taking a toll on me. Been dealing with a lot, but I'm coming back and giving y'all content, okay? You can see by the title that this is the time that your girl got played on her motherfucking birthday. My 20th birthday last year, I got played. Or was it my 19th? This is when I was in college. My 19th birthday, not my 20th. But yeah, your girl got played. Let me take off my glasses for this one. So, if you want to hear this story time, then keep on watching. I graduated in May of 2018, and literally the day after I graduated, my parents decided we were going to move. So I was like, okay, cool. I didn't want to move because, you know, that was like the summer of my senior year. I wanted to spend time with my friends, but I had no other place to go, so I moved with my parents up to Virginia. Okay. And I met this person through Tinder. We met through Tintin. Yes, we did. What am I gonna call this person? I'm gonna call him Trash Bag because he was trash. At this time, I was living in Virginia for about a month, and you know, trying to get to know new people. I was working at a mall at the time, a mall that was like close to my house or whatever. And I really hope I'm not ashy, y'all. Like, I really hope I'm not ashy. Anyways, I was working at the mall at the time, and you know, I met him or whatever, and he was like, oh hey, like, he didn't message me on Tinder. I'm sorry, I have water. He didn't message me on Tinder. He messaged me on Snapchat because I had my Snap on there, and he sent me a picture of his face, and he was like, hey, I saw you on Tintin, and you know, I thought you were cute, and I just wanted to get to know you. I'm Trash Bag or whatever. And I was like, oh, he's kind of cute, you know. But strike number one, he had hella strikes in this fucking story. Strike number one, he sent me like a side profile. Like, it was like kind of catty corner. He didn't send me like a full on face. He sent me a catty corner face. And I was like, it's kind of cute or whatever. So we ended up talking. We exchanged numbers. You know, I usually don't exchange numbers with people right away off of Snapchat, but for some reason I exchanged numbers with him kind of fast, and we start hanging out. And as we're hanging out, like, he would come pick me up from work at the mall or whatever, and we would like drive around or whatever. And because I was new to the area, I didn't want to like freak my parents out because my parents are very overprotective, which is within good reason. I was in a new state, didn't know anybody, and me just being out at all times of the night, even though I was freaking 18 at the time, wasn't ideal. Eventually, when we're like talking, he calls me his girlfriend, and I was like,
oh my god, like, wow, like, are you serious? Like, oh my gosh.
So he calls me his girlfriend, and then like, you know, we had a title or whatever, and I had a boyfriend like the second month of me being there. And like, we started like hanging out more and more, right? So when we would hang out, it would be weird because he said he had his own place. Well, he had like roommates because he went to college in Maryland. He had roommates that he was living with, and I was like, oh, you know, we should go there. But like, we would hang out, we would go to the movies, and you know, we would go to a hotel.
What?
And I was like, okay. But me being stupid, I didn't think about it, right? dumb as hell. So then, you know, the summer keeps progressing and stuff like that, and like I noticed that he has social media, and you know, there's nothing wrong with guys having social media and not necessarily using it all the time, but he has social media, and like sometimes I would be unadded on Snapchat but like still be good on Instagram, and then like the next day he'll add me back or some shit like that. And I was just like, okay, that was kind of weird. But like I never really like checked for his social media when I was still in Virginia before I had to go to college, because like I was like, oh well, he was a manager at T-Mobile, and he was like, oh, he's busy and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool, like whatever, like you're a manager, you know, of course you're busy, right? That's what I thought. So ladies, this is a red flag, okay? I'm sorry I keep picking up stuff, but like I just need something in my hands right now. I don't know why. Let's say you meet a guy or a girl, I don't know what you're into, but they call you, you be on the phone with them at night, and then just like 5 minutes into the phone call, they say that they're at home, but they get off the phone with you really quick. That's a red flag, boo. I'm sorry. Like, he will be like,
oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that.
Baby boy, you're at your house. FaceTime me. What the heck? Like, we would be on FaceTime, and he would sit in the car. He would sit in his car, and like I'd be like, babe, like where are you going? Like, no, like I want to talk to you, like just walk in the house or whatever, and I'll talk to you. And he'd be like,
no, like I'm tired, like I just want to go to sleep, I'm gonna go take a shower and go to sleep, blah blah blah.
And he was like, I'll call you tomorrow. I was boo-boo the fool, okay? I was stupid, okay? So then, you know, the summer continues, and it's August at this point, and I'm finna go to school. Like, I went to school like a week earlier than everybody else, so my parents drove me, and you know, he was like,
oh, I'm gonna miss you, blah blah blah, yada yada.
Okay, cool. So then I get to school, everything's okay. He's still doing the same thing as far as like, you know, I would call him at night, he'd talk to me like 5 to 10 minutes, and then, you know, he'd get off the phone with me as soon as he gets to his place. And I'm just like, that's a little sketch, that's a little sketch, but I'm gonna let it slide. There was like, it's August at this point, and I'm there enjoying my time. I'm very open when I'm in a relationship, and I told him, you know, college parties, cool. Now, if this is not your relationship, ladies, you don't have to do what I did. But basically, I went to like my first college party, and I called him, you know, like the next day, because he was like,
how was the party, blah blah, like how are you,
whatever, what have you. And I was like, I'm good, and I just want to let you know, like, because you are my boyfriend, that when I be at parties, I do be throwing it back, you know what I'm saying? But like there's nothing to it or whatever. And he was like,
oh, okay, well, I guess that's fine, like as long as you let me know, like,
you know, we had that type of understanding. If y'all hear anything, that's the air conditioner. You know, it's hot. So I told him that, and like he was like,
oh, it's cool, like, you know, like I'm cool with it, I'm okay with it. I just like, I mainly, you know, dance with my friends, the friends that I made when I was at school. But like, you know, there was the occasion, I'm just gonna say that. I noticed that this isn't a deal breaker, but I noticed that, you know, because I told you guys that he was like blocking me on Snapchat, then unblocking me or muting his story. I don't think you could mute stories at that time, but blocking me and unblocking me, right? I noticed that he never posted me on his story. And it ain't a deal breaker, but if you have a girlfriend and you're just so proud to have this girlfriend, then what the fuck? There's one day, I think this was September, and like my school, we had like a
pool party type thing, I don't know. So I went and I made a snap. You know, I was in my bikini, you know what I'm saying, walking. It was real cute. I may put it in the video. I don't know, but I was looking real cute or whatever. And then like he slid up and he was like,
oh, like you should send this to me, blah blah blah, like you look really good, babe, and I just want to show my friends like who I'm talking to.
In retrospect, that kind of seemed a little sus, because like, why would you want your friends to see your girlfriend in a bikini? I don't know, but I sent it to him. He posted it on his story, and I was like,
oh my god, like, we're really like real deal Holyfield out this bitch. Like, oh my gosh, like, this is really serious now.
Stupid. Hold up, let me make sure I'm not ashy. Ooh, I'm gonna need to put on some moisturizer. Hold up, where was I? Okay, so yeah, he posted me on his story. I felt really good, and I was like, he's really taking us serious. Little the fuck did I know. So I started getting tired of like the whole, oh, like I would text him, he wouldn't text me back for hours. I would call him during the day, he wouldn't call me back for hours. Then want to call me at the end of the night talking about stuff.
Oh, I just want to call to say good night, babe, like I love you, blah blah blah,
stupid shit like that. And I'm just like, first of all, how am I supposed to be your girlfriend, sir? How am I supposed to be your girlfriend and you don't even talk to me? Like, what? That don't make no literal sense, okay? So then I was like, you know, I'm really getting fed up with this. So I told him, I was like,
listen, you need to get your shit together. Period. You need to get it together right now. So, like, right now. Or I'm just gonna be single in fucking college. Like,
we ended up breaking up, and like then he would text me and beg for me back and all this stuff, and he would be like,
oh, like we can work through this, blah blah blah,
yada. And I really liked him at this time, and I was just like, okay, we could work through this, whatever. So then there was a really bad hurricane that was happening in North Carolina where I was at school or whatever. So September, I called my mama. I was like,
excuse me, mother, I do not want to be killed by a hurricane. Can you please come get me?
What did she do? She drove down, well, not my mom, but my stepdad and my uncle. They drove down to get me. I left school. I was out of school for like maybe 2 weeks. And like during that time, I wanted to see him, right? And I think we probably only saw each other for like 2 days. Out of that entire 2 weeks of me being at home, we probably saw each other 2 days. Now, when we were together, shit was good. Like, shit was peachy keen, okay? Like, I didn't feel like, I didn't have no gut feelings. You know, ladies, y'all know about the whole gut feeling. I ain't have no gut feelings. I ain't have no looking over it. I mean, I was, you know, kind of like looking over at his phone and shit like that, trying to see why I'm like, why he's giving me this weird energy, but not really. Like, I wasn't really like checking for it, you know. Now don't get me wrong, I liked him, but like I wasn't like too crazy over him, because like at the time it was a relationship, but like it wasn't like serious enough for me to do that. So basically when I saw him, I was at work, and I get off work and he's like, okay, I'm gonna take you shopping. Now let me let you guys know, he did like buy me a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff, but like buy me like food, and of course like he bought, you know, the hotel rooms and stuff that we would stay in, and stuff like that. Like, we would go out to the movies, he would pay for it. We would go out to eat, he would pay for it. Like, he would pay for everything. And I think that's a part of like him being Nigerian, or was he from Kenya? I don't know, one of the two. But yeah, he was very like, I guess like his gifts were like a way to make up for it or whatever. So this particular day we walked around the mall, we went into Victoria's Secret, we bought some stuff,
And then we went to the hotel room or whatever, and like, okay, cool. I told my parents, I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be home, blah blah blah, yada yada. My mom was like, okay, be safe, like I'll see you in the morning. Cool. So then, you know, I like am getting ready to go back to school because like that time that I was there, I went to get birth control while I was at home because number one, at the time my older sister was preggo, and like I wanted to be a doctor and stuff like that when I was at school, so I didn't want to make the mistake of being with somebody, being head over heels over this person, and you know, something were to happen, right? So I just took the precautions of, you know, that, right? So we go to the hotel room, have a good night, whatever, what have you. I go back to school now, right? And then like it's just back the same way how it used to be. And because I was dealing with like a whole bunch of, you know, anybody that's been in college, y'all know that school is not easy. It's not. It is fucking dumb. Oh, it is not easy at all. So I was going through a lot of stress and stuff like that, so I would call him to talk to him, and you know, sometimes we would talk for hours on end, but other times, majority of the time, we would not talk like that. So in October, I ended up having a pregnancy scare, and that could be a separate video or whatever. I'm not gonna tell it in this one because that's a whole story and a half within itself. So I had a pregnancy scare or whatever. I was dealing with a lot. Went to the hospital in October and like dealing with a lot. So of course I wanted my boyfriend to, you know, comfort me, but it just seemed like he never could do that. So I like, girl, I was sending this man paragraphs. I was, you know, like I was doing a lot, okay? I was doing a lot. So November comes around and like he's trying to reconcile our relationship. This was before Thanksgiving break. So at the end of October he was like,
hey babe, like I'm gonna drive down to you and see you in November or whatever.
and I was like, oh my god, like bet, like cool, like I want to see you, like I'm tired of not seeing you or whatever. I was kind of like getting a little fed up because it just wasn't adding up to me as to the reason why he just couldn't talk to me and, you know, stuff like that. But I'll tell you that in a second. Oh, I forgot to mention, also in October, I told you guys, he didn't really use Snapchat, Instagram like that, right? So, okay, if he was on Instagram, his Instagram story would be, you know, of cars or some stupid shit. But one particular day, I go on Snapchat. It's late as hell at night. Probably like 8 or 9. I go on his Snapchat, I see a video, and it's a video of him and a girl. The girl has his phone, number one. The girl has his phone, and you know, you can tell they're both on the bed, and she like has the phone, she turns it to him, and he's like laying down, shirt off, sticks his tongue out, and like he says something. And then that was the end of the video. So I'm like, let me hold up. I don't think I saw that right. Let me what? Excuse me? So I messaged him. I was like, who's this person on your Snapchat? But you don't use Snapchat like that. Like what the fuck? What's going on? Like he was like,
oh, she's a friend, like me and her were waiting on the food because my other friends, we were all smoking together, they went to...
No, he said,
me and her were waiting because my other friends went out to go get food. She was sitting in a chair.
I was like, you must think I'm stupid. But bitch, I was stupid because I sat there, I thought about it for a second, and then I was like, maybe he's telling the truth. And I ain't say nothing else about it. Dumb as hell. Also, I forgot to mention, when he would post on Snapchat, other times there would be like him taking pictures, and he would have drinks, and it would be 2 drinks instead of 1, but you could only see like the bottom of the cup. Okay, you can see his cup, the bottom of another cup, but you wouldn't see a plate on the other side of the table, and you would see his plate, right? So I was like, interesting. And then there was another time when he posted a story on Snapchat of a Young Nudie concert, and you know, that night I didn't call him, and I was like, oh, okay babe, like have fun, like we'll whoop the wop the bam. That's gonna be important later, so y'all remember that concert. Hold up, who texted me? So then okay, back to November. He comes and he's down there for like a weekend, 3 days, right? So we have fun, we go to a party. I get, you know, a little messed up because me and him, we smoked ganja, and like he brought it from Maryland, so that the stuff that I was, you know, partaking in when I did in North Carolina, it was all right. But then that night I was in the clouds, okay? So we smoked a whole blunt, right? Then we're getting ready to go to the party, and freaking we get to the party, and he's like,
oh, are you gonna like twerk on me like how you be doing on these other guys, blah, blah, blah.
I was like, I don't be twerking on all these other guys all the time, but yeah. So while we were at the party, I had this friend named Monty. I'm gonna use his real name because we're so cool. I had this friend named Monty, and he did not like trash bag because of the fact that it was one particular day that, you know, well, Monty was like my brother on campus. Like if I went to a party and I did not feel safe going back to my dorm, Monty would be kind enough to walk me back. He's a real one, dead ass. So, you know, like I had talked to Monty about this stuff. He's seen us break up, he's seen us get back together, all of that, like, you know. He did not like trash bag, and it was because of the fact that one day I was on the phone with trash bag. Monty was in my room, and trash bag was just being mad disrespectful to me, and Monty looked at me and he was like, don't make me grab your motherfucking phone and tell this nigga who the fuck he is. And I was like,
chill, just chill.
It's okay, dumbass, it wasn't okay. So we get to the party, and Monty's sitting on the couch. I go sit next to Monty. Trash bag, because I told trash bag about Monty, he knows about Monty, he goes up to Monty to dap him up. Monty is like who the fuck are you? And like he whispers in my ear, and he's like, I really want to fight this nigga. I was like, yo, chill out. Monty is like 6'5", trash bag was like 5'8". That wouldn't have been a fair fight, okay? So like I said, I'm in the clouds. That's why I'm sitting down, because usually I'd be dancing, you know what I'm saying, I'd be feeling the music, blah blah blah. Girl, I got to the party. I had hella Jello shots, first of all, hella Jello shots, and I could not function. I couldn't, like, cross-faded, okay? So I'm sitting down, and he's like pulling on my arm and stuff like that, and I'm like, babe, like, leave me alone. Like, I can't, I physically cannot right now. And then he got mad at me, and like, I don't remember if he went back to the room with me or if he stayed at the party. I think he stayed at the party and like didn't come back to the room with me. So I had Monty walk me back, because I was just like, first of all, I understand that this building is really close to my building where I'm staying at, but I'm a woman, and first of all, I'm your fucking girlfriend, and you're not even coming back to my dorm room with me. Cool.
and I was tired. I was like, I don't care, my feet hurt, it's cold out here, so guess what, I'm gonna have my friend walk me back to my freaking dorm room because you don't want to. The fuck? So I wake up the next morning, he's in the room, whatever, what have you. Okay, so we end up, you know, going out the next day, going to the mall, whatever. He bought me some Crocs, you know, my Crocs that I be wearing, he bought them. Like I said, he would pay for everything, he would buy me stuff, you know what I'm saying, because he knew what the fuck he was doing to me. Anyways, he's getting ready to leave. Of course I didn't want him to go because like I hadn't seen him in forever, and you know, but Thanksgiving break was only like 2 weeks away, so he leaves, whatever, cool. So I go back home for Thanksgiving break. It was like a week long, and I was working at American Eagle, well, Aerie. Women, y'all need to go buy from Aerie because listen, they panties, they bras are better than Victoria's Secret. I'm sorry, I just said it. Anyways, so I'm there, and at the time my mom was working at Aerie with me because she was an overnight stalker. You know, she had a 9-to-5, she had a job, a full-time job, but we were going through stuff, so she had to pick up another job, or she just wanted to, I don't really remember. But anyways, so we're there, and one day it was like a family and friends like discount type of thing. Like basically we had the store open for a couple extra like hours, maybe like 2 more hours than what we usually do, so that family and friends could get like a specific discount if they came into the store and bought stuff, and like, you know. So okay, I tell him to come because I was like, I want you to meet my mom before like you meet her at Thanksgiving dinner, right? So he comes, he's there, and he's like,
go walk around, see what you want, like I'll buy it for you, blah blah blah, yada yada.
And I was like, okay, cool. So I get my mom, I'm like, hey mom, like this is trash bag, like this is the boy I've been dating, blah blah blah. And she was like, oh hi, like she's over here working, she's really not paying him any attention, and that's a bad sign. If your mama is not paying the person that you're interested in any real attention, first of all, moms, they smart, they know what the heck is going on, they know things before we do. So but like I walk around, I get my stuff, I got like 3 things because, you know, I didn't want to be too you know. He bought me a jacket that I really needed because I went up to Virginia with nothing. I came from Georgia, okay? Winters in Georgia do not get that cold, okay? Anyways, so he bought me a jacket, he bought all this stuff, and then after he bought all this stuff, he said,
oh hey, I'm gonna have to go back to work, whatever, what have you.
And I was like, okay, cool, like I'll see you, you know, in a couple days at Thanksgiving, right? You know, on the ride home with my mom, I was like, hey mom, like how you feel about him? She was like, oh, he's a nice guy or whatever, like he seems sweet, and that's all she gave me, right? So then, you know, he comes over for Thanksgiving dinner, okay? He comes over for Thanksgiving dinner, and he told me, he was like,
hey, like I can come over like in the morning.
Not in the morning, but like
in the afternoon, but I'm gonna have to leave by like 4 because my mom wants me to come back and she wants me to, you know, spend time with the
family, which I understand, like that's a family day, right? So I was like, okay, like that's cool, like whatever. So he comes, he's there. First of all, this man was introduced to everybody. My stepdad, my mom, my 2 younger siblings, my uncle, my dog. He was introduced to everybody, okay? The whole freaking family. My grandma, like, you got some nerve. So, I'm getting a little parched. Anyways, so he's there. Him and my stepdad are playing the game. The game. Like, they ran like 3 games. And, you know, I made him food or whatever, like I fixed his plate or whatever, because, you know, my mom, she believes in, if you're gonna have a guy over and he's somebody that you're talking to, make sure you fix his plate, right? So okay, he leaves, whatever, what have you. Everything's good, everything's cool, everything's kosher. So I'm back at school at this point. I'm back at school for maybe 3 more weeks until winter break, right? And my birthday is December 11th, okay? So the week before my birthday, he was like, oh, actually, hold up, wait. Before I go to December, when I'm getting ready to go back to school, I got on a bus to go back to school, right? And he drives to the bus station, me not knowing, and he pulls up near the bus before it pulls off, and he's like,
babe, I got you something.
He got me some AirPods as an early birthday present for me. And I was ecstatic as hell, okay? Like, the AirPods that y'all probably be seeing in my damn video, he got them for me. So, you know, I got my investments worth. Anyways, so he did that. I thought that was really sweet. I get back to school, right? And when I get back to school, it was a week before my birthday, and he was like,
hey babe, like, I think I'm gonna come down and see you, even though you're gonna be here on the 12th,
which is the day after my birthday.
Even though you're gonna be here on the 12th, I want to spend your birthday with you.
Because by that time, all of my friends would be gone, because all of their finals was like on that like week prior, or like that Monday, and my birthday was like on a Wednesday or some shit. So I was like, yeah, like, please, like, come down, like, whatever, what have you. Then it turns out he didn't come down. He had something to do or whatever, or we got into an argument or some stupid shit like that. So, okay, the day of my birthday, I'm packing, and this is like probably the 2nd or 3rd time that he's posted me on his story, and he was like,
oh, happy birthday to my beautiful girlfriend, blah blah blah.
Got a real cute, real sweet shit, right? And I was like, oh, thanks, like, oh my gosh, like, I feel so loved, whatever, what have you. And then, like, that night I had to pack because I had to go get on my flight the next morning. So he stays up. This is not like him. He stays up until, well, he went to sleep at like 12. Then at like 4, he calls me and he's like,
hey babe, I was just calling to make sure you got to the airport okay. Like, when you touch down in Baltimore,
because that's where I was going.
When you touch down in Baltimore, just call me, and then we can, you know, celebrate your birthday properly.
This is how I got played, y'all. So I was like, oh, that's really sweet. Like, he called me at 4 in the morning, like, he really cares about me, whatever, what have you, right? So get to the airport, get on my flight, got there, go to Baltimore, got there, whatever, what have you. So my uncle picks me up, and then we drive back to the house. When I get back to my house, I call him. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, right? I call him and I'm like, he's not picking up. So then I call again. Oh my gosh, I really don't know where it stopped recording because like I can't see, as you guys can see. Oh my gosh, like, y'all are like texting me like crazy. But I think I was on the part where basically I called him the next day. As soon as I touched down at my house, a woman picks up the phone and I'm like, hello, and she's like, hello, who is this? And I'm like, I was like, trash bag, stop playing, because low-key it sounded like a guy's voice. But she was like,
who is this?
and I was like, oh, so this is a woman. I was like, this is May, his girlfriend. And she was like, oh my god, his girlfriend went boop boop boop. So I'm sitting up there, I'm like, I know for a fact, I know for a motherfucking fact, this boy is not cheating on me. I call 3 more times. He don't pick up. Every time goes to decline, right? So I'm texting him.
I'm like, you a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you crazy? Like, seriously? And I was like, call me. Like, what the fuck? Like,
so he don't call me. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I have work. I'm finna go to work. I go to work. This man calls me hours later. You wanna know what this boy said? He was like,
oh hey babe, like, I'm sorry, like, she's crazy, like, that was my roommate's best friend. She always had a crush on me, and I told her I was in a relationship, and she had my Beats headphones, and she was connected to my Beats headphones, and somehow she was able to answer my call.
And first of all, let me just pause real quick. If another person is using your freaking headphones, how the heck, if they're on their phone, how the heck can they answer calls from your phone on their phone? Like, what? That don't make no sense. But my dumb self fell for it because I thought she was on his phone. But continuing with what he said to me, he was like,
oh, and she like threw all the weed that I had. I was trying to find it, and now I don't have it, and she hid my computer, and now I can't find that. And when I tried to leave, she was holding on to the side of my car, and I was like dragging her everywhere, blah blah blah.
I was like, this sounds like some real movie ass shit, because who the hell is gonna jump on the side of your car and hold on to the side of your car like this is freaking Taken or something? This ain't no action movie, boo. Like, what? So I was like, honestly, if you still want to hang out with me, you need to freaking call me, and you need to come meet up with me in person. Because like at this point I was upset, and I was like, I don't believe him. I don't believe this story. I don't. But I want to look this man in his eyes. I want to look this man in his face and see his inflictions, because I know when this nigga is lying. I know when people are lying to me. So he was like,
yeah, like let me handle some stuff, blah blah blah, yada yada.
But at first I told him I didn't want to see him, because I was just like, you gonna do this to me on my birthday? I have to find this shit out on my birthday? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Then he's like, he's busy, he's doing stuff for his mom, all this stuff, and he couldn't come see me. And I was like, okay. So at this point I'm over it, because all of the non-communication, all of the excuses as to why you can't act like a boyfriend to me, I was over it. I was like, nigga, I know my worth, and I know plenty of fish are in these seas, so don't try and play with me. So it's like, I get off work, it's like 7 or 8 o'clock. I get a message on Instagram, and this girl is like,
hey, I don't know you, but we both know trash bag, and you know, you should FaceTime me, whatever, what have you.
so I FaceTime this girl. She's like,
Hi, I just want to know, like, how long have y'all been together, blah blah blah, yada yada, like
whoop the wop bam, all this stuff, right? And I was like, we've been together for like 6 months, you know, all this stuff, right? So then she's like,
oh, me and him have been together for a year.
a year? A year? What? A year? Wow. And she was like,
We've been on and off, like, but we wasn't on and off to where, like, he could cultivate a whole nother relationship.
all of this. I'm like, whoa, hold up, like, who the fuck? So we keep talking and stuff, and then like she sends me receipts. Well, she shows me receipts off of her friend's phone. This boy lives with her. Like, he freaking, on Thanksgiving Day, you want to know what this nigga did? He went to 3 places. First place he went to, well, first place that he woke up at was his girlfriend's house, right? Then he came to my house. Then he went to his mother's house with his on and off girlfriend. And I'm just like, excuse me? So then, you know, I told her like, hey, yeah, like he came to see me in November. This girl was like,
He told me that he went to go see his uncle and help him at his car repair shop.
I was like, you've been with this nigga for a whole year and you don't know that he don't got an uncle in North Carolina? And you believe that? Okay. And then, you know, like she was asking me if I wanted him and stuff like that. I was like, no, like I don't want him no more. Like, you cheat on me once, you cheat on me forever. Like, you can have him, girl. Like, I don't, plenty of fish in the sea, okay? Like, I don't need him, okay? So then, you know, she starts like crying and talking about,
I'm just tired of all the lies, blah, blah, blah.
and I'm not gonna lie, my mom heard me on the phone with her, and she comes in and she's like, hi, like I'm May's mother, like you shouldn't be crying over him, like he missed out, you're too pretty of a girl, you two shouldn't be fighting, blah blah blah, you know, trying to diffuse the situation and shit, even though it wasn't all that hostile, because I was in, this is how I was talking to her. I was like, well, I mean, like, yeah, like, we did this and da, like, we've been together for this and shit like that. She over here, oh my god, I'm just like, girl, why are you crying over a nigga who not once cheated on you? She told me that he cheated on her twice. And you know, and it's so funny because in the time that me and her was talking on the phone, she was trying to be real condescending. She was like,
oh yeah, he finds girls like you to boost his ego.
And I was like, baby, I know I look good, I'm confident. If he looking for an ego boost, it wasn't with me, because baby, I come with my own confidence, and he can't break me down. Like, I was not sweating this situation, because I was just like, we broke up and got back together, and broke up and got back together and shit like that, and like just stuff in a relationship you don't do, and he wasn't doing for me. So I was just like, I really don't care. Okay, I really don't care. So we get off the phone and I'm texting this nigga. I'm like,
you a piece of shit, you ain't shit, delete my pictures, delete my number, delete everything. I want all my stuff back. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, okay?
so then he was like,
Oh, I'm gonna call you, I feel so bad, I'm sorry, I'm gonna
apologize. I was like, I don't want to hear your apology. I don't want it. I don't. You're a piece of shit, period. Like, what? Like, I was like, you probably got, I was so mean to this boy. I was like, you probably got baby mamas and ex mistresses and whatever, what have you. And he was like, baby mamas, LOL, May, you're tripping. And I was like, no, because you're a fucking, like, you're a fucking scam artist, dude. Like, seriously? What the fuck? Like, and he was like,
I really care about you, that's why I stayed with you, blah blah blah. But me and her went on and on.
I was like, nigga, you don't care about me. You do not care about me. Because first of all, you knew what situation you had before you even talked to me. I was like, if you wanted somebody to just be your little side piece, whatever, it shouldn't have been me. Because baby, I'm not a side. I am the main course. I am the entree, the meal, whatever you want to call it. Like, I am everything. Fuck. So we don't talk, whatever, what have you. I mean, months later, he like tried to get back in contact with me and like trying to be friendly and shit like that. And he was like,
oh, like, I see you're doing well for yourself, blah blah blah, like, you look good, all this other stuff.
This is like last year, and all this stuff. And I was just like, okay, thanks. Like, what he wants. And he was like,
oh, like, I'm changed, I'm this, I'm that, blah blah blah.
And I was like, you're changed? Yeah, okay, cool. So that is the story about how your girl got played on her birthday. Real tragic girl shit. So I'm here editing and I forgot to put this in, but when I told you guys about the Young Nudie concert, basically when old girl messaged me on Instagram, I went on her, you know, Instagram, you know, women, y'all do this, okay, don't judge me. But I went on her Instagram, and the same video that he posted in October, the Young Nudie concert, was one of her posts on her actual Instagram. And then, you know, I found out that they were in a hotel room, and that was her, obviously, because, you know, me and her were on FaceTime. So yeah, he was just real shady, real shysty, real F-boy-ish. Okay, that's the type of time he was on. So yeah. But I mean, fuck him. Fuck, I don't need no nigga. The hell. But yeah, guys, like, I plan on being more active on my social media and stuff, and YouTube and stuff. But just, if I'm not as active as I used to be, just understand there's a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot going on with me personally. So I have to get all of myself together before I can come and really, like, give you guys the content that you guys deserve. Thank you guys for almost 700 subscribers. Okay, let's keep running it up. Let's keep building. Okay, built a family, built the Mayflowers. I'm gonna find a different name for y'all, cause hold up, if my wig was moving in this damn video, like moving back, please excuse it. But yeah, make sure y'all follow me on all of my social media. Make sure y'all subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. And with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay motivated, and don't let a nigga play you. Don't let a nigga who played you determine your worth. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Bye.